Israelite Church of God in Jesus Christ, 1941 Madison Avenue. Most of those new people there, they didn't know him. So he was able to get away with saying the Holy Spirit came down, and then the elders that were there backed it up, that the Holy Spirit came down and taught him. And we were like, no, he was our junior back at the old school. That's not true. So, but that's what happened. So I was very shocked when I heard that.
How did the branch off take?
The Rosicrucians. The Rosicrucians is they're similar to the Jesuits, and they originally came, I believe it was in the 80s. Because remember, Masha and Iuic used to tell us, they gave them a blank check and said, we wanted y'all to change the doctrine to a more Christian and Jewish doctrine. Get rid of the 12 tribes, teach everybody's the people of God. And Masha and Iuic, they were the top guys. They refused. They came back around the beginning of 95 or end of 94, somewhere there. And little to my knowledge, I didn't know that any money was accepted. I knew there was a lot of stuff going on. And I remember one day, Shaw, at the time we called him High Priest Shaw, he said to a brother named Yaasha, because we had, it was myself, Bishop Yawasop, Yaasha, I'm trying to remember the names, Mike Oliver. We had started Masha Ariel Productions, where we had a bank account. And it was meant to support the leadership. And I remember Shaw said, we need that bank account. So Yaasha was a corrections officer. So he said, what you need, why? He said, we got to deposit some money. He said, where's the money coming from? And he said, Shaw said, don't worry about that. So Yaasha said, well, listen, I work for the state. He said, I need to know any type of money that's coming in or out, and with a bank account with my name on it, I need to know. So he said, well, we're not going to tell you. So he said, then you can't put it in this account. And there was a big thing about that. I remember that. So later on, I found out the Rosicrucians had given money. Masha didn't want to accept that. So that's when the split happened. He broke off. And the rest of the elders, they accepted it. And it was like millions and millions of dollars. Because if you remember he got arrested, Tazadaki got arrested for tax evasion on 5.3 million. Okay, so that's what occurred at that time. And believe it, the Rosicrucians are still around, seeing who can be bought. And that's the money. People, if you got a price, they'll buy you and get you to manipulate you to teach what they want you to teach. If you got a price, they'll buy you and get you to manipulate you to teach what they want you to teach. And believe it, the Rosicrucians are still around, seeing who can be bought to teach what they want you to teach. And believe it, the Rosicrucians are still around, seeing who can be bought to teach what they want you to teach.
Oh, but how can you call on the name of the Lord if you have not believed on the Lord, the true Lord that the Bible's talking about? Who's going to be calling on the name of the Lord? 144,000.
And believe it, the Rosicrucians are still around, seeing who can be bought.
Their Father's name written in their minds, Yahweh. So we're the ones calling on the name of the Lord. Read. And we're teaching you, you must call on the name of the Lord, Yahweh, in truth, in spirit and in truth. Okay? So you're supposed to pray in the name of Yahweh. Pray to Yahweh.
If you got a price, they'll buy you.
But for you others that are not Israelites, don't use that name. The white man understands that. That's why he said, we better not play with that. Let's not use that name. The white man
if you got a price, they'll buy you.
We better not play with that. Let's not use that name. Because why? Because he knows destruction is not far behind the name. Yahweh. Read. And what is his son's name? Now, this is the topic we're getting into now. And what is his son's name? If thou canst tell. If thou canst tell. Have you researched?
Teach what they want you to teach.
Okay, we're going to prove the name of the son now. The name of the son is Yahweh Shah. The name of the son is Yahweh Shah.
Teach what they want you to teach.
The name of the son is Yahweh Shah.
And believe it, the Rosicrucians are still around, seeing who can be bought. And that's the money. People, if you got a price, they'll buy you. And believe it, the Rosicrucians are still around, seeing who can be bought. And that's the money. People, if you got a price, they'll buy you and get you to manipulate you to teach what they want you to teach.
All the praises and the honor goes to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Recha HaKodash, and double honors to the elder apostles and even the elder bishops of Great Millstone. Honors as well to you, brethren, you fellow followers and believers of this ministry, this faith. That includes you few sisters, and shalom to the elect. So anyway, okay, I'm going on another edition of the IUIC of this video of the Bishop Nathanyel. He was discussing the old school One West, and obviously I wasn't there, but my elders and teachers were there, and I did hear the stories, kind of like listening to the stories to get a background of the history of One West and how we come to the conclusion of where we are or where we're going. So some things I still don't know, but this man, Bishop Nathanyel, clearly says there was elders in that church that took the payoff, right? Which all Christians in most Christian churches took payoffs, but there's something more serious in this situation because there's a truth. And he said to teach, he said it, that they told him to teach whatever, a doctrine that says everybody can be saved. And this is why they promote us as the hate group, because those people in that land teach that they're the only ones, but we're not allowed. So we can see where it goes, right? Money won't deter the elect, right? That's period, because we know it's going down. And I've heard the apostles speak on how they was approached to sell out or whatever, and clearly we can see the differences in groups and who sold out and who didn't. Now, just to be clear, called this man, Bishop Nathanyel, the $150 million man. I think I did a video maybe 3 weeks, a month ago. I went and looked at his page. And in 2022, in case, I don't know if I put it up, this man is worth $150 million. And that was a 25% increase since 2021. So that should tell you something, right? So he increases over the years. Now, no, we're not hating on Bishop Nathanyel. We're not jealous of Bishop Nathanyel, but we are going to teach what's right. It was not about being rich. Yahushua would have gave up his riches. He came in on a donkey, right? But this man comes in on a horse, almost as he doesn't love Yahushua, right? And we might see it's the Rosicrucians that might be behind him setting up this whole theatrical act of riding on horses. I think he's caught in so deep, he doesn't know how to get out. Now, T.D. Jakes, I did a video on him. T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar, they all worth $30 million, $50 million. Bishop Nathanyel is more wealthier than T.D. Jakes and Creflo Dollar put together. Now, why? Well, number one, they don't want us to wake up. And mainly the elect, but they don't want the Israelites in general to wake up. This changes everything. This hits the pockets, right? No more jail, no more, giving us the food, the pork and the pig. And number one, we calling on the name of the Lord. So I believe through the Spirit, this is why he decided to change the name. Because what he said in that old clip, he knows his destruction is at hand, Revelation 12:12, right? He knows he has but a short time. So why not take the name for these people? Because when these people call on the name of the Lord, things change, right? So this is what we see. So I call these guys the Matthew 23:1 Jakes, right? Matthew 16:26. The Matthew 23, let me say that. For what is a man profit if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul, which means his life, right? The Lord owns your soul. Or what can a man get exchanged for his soul, right? Which is his life. There we go. Here's a Christian Standard version. What should a man benefit? What will I benefit someone if he gains the whole world and loses his life? Or what will anyone give in exchange for his life? This is why you have to do all these abominable acts to cross over and to get those benefits. It's probably worse than we thought, right? Let's go to Matthew 23 and 25. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees and hypocrites, for ye may clean the outside of the cup and of the platter, but within they are full of extortion and excess. So we also see things in this group. They have so much money that's being funded, right, with the 501c3, that when you get that much money and you get grown men that get that much money at a short period of time, it brings a whole lot of confusion because they don't know how to deal with and how to manage that type of money without it being problems. This is why they set up other so-called black people, so-called Israelites, right, to manage certain businesses and organizations to launder things through certain situations. And then people get greedy, like the Bishop Kanaz. He wasn't able to handle all that money, right? So they start extorting, right? They start doing things contrary to righteousness, okay? And they start losing themselves, all because they don't know how to deal with that kind of responsibility, that kind of funding. That's all life-changing money. And when you get that kind of money, you tend to get away from the Lord. So pretty much you sell your name, you sell the Lord's name out. It's kind of easy when you accept that money, because you're saying that all I got to do is not say the name of the Lord. Why would they continue to call on Jesus the Christ? But Nate is very manipulative, so he's found a way to say, hey, the name don't matter. They'll go to Zephaniah where it says his name is Counselor, Wonderful, this and that. That word name only connects you to a name. So if it says his name is this and his name is that, they're connecting you to his titles. But when it says he who shall call on the name of the Lord, right? Now that word name, like when you look at the word name, it has nothing to do with anything in particular. It does, but you have to describe what this name is talking about. For example, if I say, what is the name of my car, right? We have to give the name of the car. But if I said, my car is named Super Fast, Super Flight, or Spinning Wheels, well, that's not the name of the car. That's the title that name connects to. So it's important to call on the name. Joel, the 2nd chapter, the 36th verse, 27th verse, the 36th verse. He who shall call on the name of the Lord shall be delivered. So when it says the name of the Lord or the name of God, according to the context, you have to call on that name. Right? Reading on. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye are like unto white sepulchres, meaning beautiful. White just goes to another word of being beautiful. This is why this man put himself as to be called white. It's all psychological when he's not white. Okay, which indeed appear beautiful outward, but are within full of dead men's bones. Like a sepulcher, like a place where the tomb, the grave, right? And of all uncleanness, even so ye also outwardly appear righteous unto men, but within you are full of hypocrisy and iniquity. Right? It also says, woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, you hypocrites. This is like cursing them out, right? For ye compare sea and land to make one a proselyte. Right? They fly into Africa and so forth. And when he's made him, it says, and when he is made, ye make him twofold more the child of hell than yourselves. And that's where the extortion comes in. And I don't understand why they don't go into different parts of Africa. You just can't go in West Africa. Well, our people are all over that continent, man. So you just can't go there. You got to go. In various other places, Sudan and various other places. If you're going to take those trips, you might as well take it all over. This is why the Lord gave us the internet. But you see, this is not about the Lord waking people up. This is about Bishop Nathanyel waking people up. And that's why people idolize him. And even on a video I've done, they said, all praises to the Bishop Nathanyel. It's kind of like these people are so screwed up in the head, they can't accept, it's like they have a form of shame in themselves to know they've been duped, right? But the guilt hit them so hard that they just ride it on through and stay with them. They know it's wrong, but it's kind of like being in a sick or satanic occult. You wake up, but you don't want to accept the fact that you've been duped, right? That you've been manipulated. Let's go to this word hypocrisy. It says, hypocrisy, Strong's 5273. Let's see what it says. Hypocrites goes to hippo, which means under, and 2919, crino. Probably judging under, like a performer acting under a mask in a theater, an actor. So you see an actor, and that's what it is. He's an actor. He's a big-time actor. Anyway, moving on. Let's see. Yes, it's actor. A two-faced person, a hypocrite, whose profession does not match that their practice. Someone who says one thing but does another. Was commonly used of actors in the Greek stage when applied in the New Testament, referred to hypocrite, right? Christianity requires that believers should be open and above board. So they should be themselves. Well, Bishop Nathanyel is being himself. He's adopted a form of Christianity. He talks about Rosicrucians. He's more closer than the Christian church, right, than any other Hebrew Israelite group, except I believe GOCC. Maybe they're closer, but they're neck and neck. But I believe Nate and the IUIC is more deceptive because they still call on Jesus Christ. GOCC says Yahya and Yeshaya or something like that. But they still, this Christian, Israelite Christian church, the IUIC, they believe in a hell. They believe in the one wife, right? The only thing they're not believing is everybody can be saved. They're not teaching that, but they're teaching on a level of like a black conscience type of deal. When you see them doing videos and a man is, when somebody's white, looking white coming up, they don't read the spirit. It's almost like the elites know that our people are going to look like different nations and we're mixed among them. So they want to keep us in that black mindset of everybody's black that's an Israelite. Anyway, this man, Bishop Nathanyel, is a hypocrite. Let's go to Matthew 6:24. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other. So we can clearly see that he doesn't love Yahushua. He claims he doesn't even hate, Edom. That's what they teach. They don't hate Edom, but they're going to pay for what God says. But for whatever reason, this man comes in on a horse, not even resembling Yahushua coming in on a donkey. Nobody can see something wrong with this. He cuts out the name of the Lord. He changes the picture, but he still keeps the white Greek name of Jesus. He teaches you can have one wife. He teaches you're going to burn in hell. I don't know how many other things. He teaches we're in the new covenant. Sounds like Rosicrucian to me. That's all I have on that.